So today we're going to learn about the basic things of about Salesforce CPQ. So what is CPQ? Why it has been used? Why it was introduced? So now we'll learn all these things. Okay. Steelbit is a company. Initially, CPQ has been developed by Steelbrick. Okay. They have developed a sales tool. Okay. So which will optimize the sales process in your organization. Afterwards, in 2015, after 6 years of development of the Steelbrick software, yeah, I will tell you. I will tell you. First, we need to learn what basics, why it has been used, like that. Okay, I will tell you. So, first, the Steelbrick has developed a sales tool to optimize the sales operations in the organization. In 2015, Salesforce acquired the Steelbrick. Okay, and then it named as it named it as Salesforce CPQ. Okay, so Force.com platform. So Force.com platform is the development platform of Salesforce. So on Force.com platform, it was introduced as a CPQ. By adding so many functionalities and features to the Steelbrick, they have introduced it. And then from there onwards, it has acquired many companies' interest. So there are a lot many companies like small, medium, SME companies are using Salesforce for their sales operations. Okay, so small medium companies have started using the Salesforce CPQ for their sales operation. Why they are using the Salesforce CPQ and what is it? Okay, so what is CPQ? This is the basic question you will get. So CPQ is nothing but configure price quote. Okay, so CPQ, the full form is configure price quote. All these terms are related to the sales operations. Okay, related to the sales operations. For example, take a company. They are selling lot many products like electronic items, clothing items, retail items, groceries, medicine. So a company will sell lot many items and different categories items, different kinds of items. So how they will optimize their sales operations, how they will manage the products, how they will categorize the products. So we will see. For take an Amazon. So what will do? They have more than 4 lakhs products in their website. So how they are managing, how they are by dividing them into groups or categories. So like that, by using the Salesforce CPQ, you can manage the products, you can categorize them, and also you can create different kinds of groups based on the customer requirement. So Amazon, what we'll do, we'll select from the different categories and club them in an order. But in Salesforce CPQ, what we will do is just clients will give the order by telling the product names. So, for example, take a client A. So he has requirement of the different kinds of products like computers, laptops, accessories like that. So they will just select the products from our organization. They excuse me. They will send us. They will ask us to send a quote. So what we'll do, we'll see the list of the products that they have given to us and we will configure them based on the customer requirement. So simply configuration means the selection of products by customers. Okay? So the selection, the products that were selected by the customers will be called as configure. So based on his requirements, we are configuring the products to add it to the quote. Okay, and the price. What is price? Price is nothing but once the production has been selected, the final price will be updated on the quote. Based on your selection, the price will be automatically updated and the final price, that is total of the quote, will be automatically calculated. price of the configured products. Okay. Next, quote. Quote is nothing but, I think already you know, if you go to any electrical shop or something, if you are placing an order, you will get a quote. That is, sir, this is the product and these are the functions and features of this product, and we are charging this price. If you want any discount, we will apply the discount. So you will have that quote, will have your name, your address, your contact details, and also the products that you are interested, and also the original price of the product. If they have give you any promotional discounts, that will also be in that quote. So you will get the total price of the item. So in this way, the code will be generated. So here also we will generate the code with all the details of the customers, their name, their contact address, their mail IDs, and also the products that they have selected, the original price, and also if we applied any promotions, that promotions, and also after deducting the promotions and the total price of the code. So this is a printed format, that is PDF format of the document, a PDF format of the document, which will have all the details of the customers and products. Okay, so this is the CPQ basically. So we'll configure the products based on customer requirements. We'll add the price to those configured products, and we will create a document for the approval from the customer. So this is called the CPQ. And we will also have another code in our document, in our organization, which is nothing but electronic record. That means whenever customer contact us for their products requirement, we will enter the details of the customer in our organization. Okay, so at the time we will also add the products to the quote in the name of the customer. So that will also be called as a quote in our organization. Okay, so in Salesforce there are two types of quotes. One is a printed format of document which will we will send to the customer. Another one is an electronic record of the customer details that we will have in our organization. Okay, that's it. If you have any questions now, you can ask me up to now. Any questions, guys? Yeah. There are Aptus CPQ, Oracle CPQ, IBM CPQ. So different kinds of CPQ softwares also there. The main competitors means Salesforce is in the third place. First one is Aptus CPQ as of now, which is also built purely on the Salesforce CRM. Okay, and after that Oracle CPQ is there, and also Salesforce CPQ. As per trends, by next year CPQ will be the will be on the top position. Okay, because those are not on the cloud platform. Only Aptus CPQ is completely built on Salesforce CRM, so it is also similar to the Salesforce CPQ, but the features and functionalities are different. And the Oracle CPQ is not based on the cloud, but the Salesforce CPQ is completely based on the cloud, which you need not to install the software inside your computer. You need to just have a browser and a login password. That's it. You can do it from even from your mobile also. Okay, so in 2015 only they have acquired the steel brick, and they have adding the so many functions and function features. So that's why it is gaining now. Only it is gaining the and grabbing the attention of many companies. And also there is a feasibility like that you can select the editions. In CPQ also there are different kinds of editions as the Salesforce CRM platform. Okay, CRM has how many we have professional edition, free edition, unlimited edition, enterprise edition. Like that, in CPQ also there are three kinds of editions which are useful for small, medium, and large companies. Okay, so as per trends by 2021 and 22, Salesforce CPQ will be in the top. Okay. Yeah. So this is not a on-premise tool. It is completely cloud-based platform. So you can even you will also have the mobile app for the Salesforce. This one Salesforce CRM platform. You have the mobile app. So even from the mobile also you can browse it and you can add the details and add the records like that. But remaining are on demand. That is on-premise. This is on demand. Okay. Next. So CPQ is mainly useful for sales team. It is used by sales team and also financial team. Other people also will use, but these two teams are completely depend on the Salesforce CPQ because to optimize this sales operations, it is really important. Why? Because in the traditional method, they used to generate the codes manually. Manually means they have to write it or they have to enter the details in the Excel sheet. What will happen? There may be chance of lot many errors, either in the adding the products or creating the product configurations or adding the promotions and also there will be errors in the calculation of the prices because they are entering the details in manually, so they have to generate lot many codes. They need to concentrate on the closing deals and also they need to generate the codes and send it to the customer, get approval, and then generate the orders. So this is the process. Okay. So in what will happen traditionally, if everything is doing manually, there will be chance of getting errors. So at that time, you need to take the document, that Excel sheet document. You have to take the printout and will send to the customer. If sent to a customer is not satisfied, they will return the code and ask you to do the changes. So again, you have to start the process by adding products and adding promotional discounts. So it will kill the time of the sales reps. So they are not able to generate more deals for the company. So that's why the CBQ has been emerged in order to automate the sales process. If you have pre-configured the products in your organization, I will tell you how configuration is. Example, I will tell you. So how we'll do the configuration bundles. So customer A, so he has the requirement of computer. He need 25 computers, for example. Quantity is 25. But what he added, I need along with the computer, it is like a bundle. I need a bundle because computer means it is not just a CPU or monitor. Just it will have different kinds of accessories and parts will be there. So he will ask you 25 bundles of computers. So in each bundle, he will mention the packages, he will mention the sub products like this. I need a monitor, keyboards, and processors. He will select different kinds of processors and also memory storages. These are also a products. Memory storage, though they are not a, we will sell them also as individual. Also, we will sell them, and the operating systems and mouse. So etc etc. So what we'll do, this is a bundle. It will create a bundle. So the computer is the main product, the product name is computer, but all these features will include in this computer. Okay. So we need to configure them based on customer requirements. Some customers they don't need the keyboards, some customers they don't need the mouse. Okay. So like that, based on the customer requirement, we'll create the bundles and we'll add them to the code. Okay. So this is called the configuration. In this way, we will do the configuration. And also, we'll have the different kinds of products. Not only this computer, we have the laptops, and with laptop also we have different configurations. And we'll also have the electronic items like washing machine, TVs, home theater system. Not only that, we'll also different kinds of products like individual products, bundle products, and we'll also create a compatible and non-compatible products as a bundle. And we'll also have usage based products or subscription based products. What are usage based products and subscription based products? Usage based and subscription based. So for these kinds of products, we have the different kinds of pricing methods and different kinds of product methods will be there. Okay, in regular classes, you will know all these things. Okay, don't worry. I will tell you each and everything how you can create these products and how you can add the prices to them, like that. I'm giving you the basic idea about the CPQ. Okay, so usage based products means take a utility bills. For example, take a power bill, that is your current. You will use the current regularly. So every month you will get the bill for your consumption based on your consumption of the power. So for example, you have used for the 100 units this month. Okay, so you will get bill for 100 units, something like 600. Okay, next month you have used a power of 150 units. So this time you got the power bill 800. So based on your usage, you are getting the power bill. So like that, usage based products we will generate the prices for the based on the customer's usage. These kind of products will be there in the organization. Next, next one is subscription based products. So subscription based products means you will pay the money for the subscription. For example, take internet connection. Okay, internet connection. So what you will do, you need a 200 GB per month for your utility. So how much you pay? You will pay 500. Okay, somebody will need maybe 500 GB. Okay, they'll pay 1500. So they will take the subscriptions like this. One person will take 200 GB subscription, some other person will take 500 GB, some people will take unlimited. Okay, they will pay unlimited for based on the requirement. Okay, so these are the subscription products. So what we will do, every month we are renewing our subscription. That means this month I have paid the power bill, the internet bill. So next month I'm automatically renewing the subscription, and next month also I'm paying the bill of 500. If I want to change my subscription, that is I want to convert my 200 GB to 500 GB, I will inform the customer service that I want to change my subscription to 500 GB. Please change it and send me the bill accordingly. So what they will do, by the time of auto renewal, they will change my plan to 500 GB and they will send me a bill of 1500 from next month onwards. So in this way, for these kind of products, we will have the renewals and renewals and contracts will be there. Okay, for these kind of products, we will create the contracts and renewals. What we'll do, we'll select the based on the customer requirements. We'll create the contracts. That means if customer want to pay bill for these subscriptions monthly, okay, if they want to pay monthly, we'll generate the bill for monthly or quarterly. We'll create it quarterly or half yearly or yearly. So on. So every 2 years also they can pay or like that. So once we have generated the contract, automatically customers will get the bill every month. If they select monthly, they will get a bill every month. If they selected quarterly, every quarterly they will receive the bill, they will pay. So automatically we are generating the new contracts and also renewals. These are interrelated. Okay, contracts and renewals are interrelated. Sometimes customers don't want to use our product. They want to stop the subscription. So they can call us, they will put the request, no, I don't want to use the subscription, I want to change it to some other product. So what we will do, we will stop the renewals and also we will close the contract. In this way, we also have the different categories of products which will have unique features, that is usage based and also subscription based. Okay, and also multi-dimensional codes. Multi-dimensional codes is also a product type, other type. When we are going to the regular classes, we'll know. Okay, so these kinds of products configurations will be there in the organization. Okay, I will show you how the CPQ will be like this. So before we are going to that, I will also let you know few things. So there are two ways to install the CPQ package. CPQ is a sales tool and also it is a managed package. So you can uh, You can add your customer custom objects, and you can create their custom buttons and everything, but you cannot delete or change the package inside it. So they have given you some custom tabs. Okay, they will create some custom tabs, reports, and these details will be there. If you don't want to use it, you cannot use it, but you are not able to delete them. In managed packages, you are not going to delete anything that will get from that package. Okay, that is called managed package. Unmanaged package means you can do any kind of modifications to that package. The CPQ is a managed package and you will purchase from the clients. So there are two ways. So one way is when your company, your company is purchasing the Salesforce editions like professional or enterprise or unlimited. So when they are purchasing these editions, they can opt for CPQ package. Okay, when at the time of purchase of your Salesforce editions, you can opt for the Salesforce CPQ package because yours is a business which are selling the products or services. Okay, so for that purpose, you can opt the CPQ package. Then they will pre-install the package in your organization. Okay, which means you can start using it immediately because they will already pre-installed it and they will configure the some settings. They will enable the settings. I will show you what are the settings that we need to enable once you install the package. Okay, so when you are purchasing the Salesforce edition, you can opt for this and they will pre-install it and configure it for you. Okay, and another ways, suppose your company already purchased the Salesforce edition, but what will happen, they want to sell the products, so they have added the products their organization, they want to provide some products and services to sell them to the customer. Then they will opt for the Salesforce CPQ, and at this time they can go to the app exchange and download it. So when you're downloading it, you give the option of three packages, and you can select the edition whatever the organization required. Then you can download it from the app exchange and you will configure it. So these are the two ways that we can download the CPQ and configure it as per our organization requirement. So one more thing is, if you want to practice, because if you are not working in the organization, you need to practice yourself. So for that purpose, a CPQ developer edition will be there. A free CPQ developer edition. Okay. So Salesforce is providing a CPQ, free CPQ developer edition, which will have the validity, validity of 90 days. Okay. So once you have created the CPQ developer edition, for example, you have created the edition today. Okay, so after 90 days it will get expired because for every 90 days it is going to update. So CPQ will be updated every 90 days. But whenever you purchase the package, the updates will be automatically updated in your organization. There is no need of, there will be no expiration date until unless you have purchased the package for monthly or yearly like that. So that will also automatically renewed based on your organization requirement. But here the free developer edition will get expired after 90 days. So after 90 you are not able to use it, but don't worry, because you can create any number of editions, any number of free developer editions in Salesforce. Okay, so if you want to practice even after 90 days also, you can create a new account. Okay, and then you can start practicing on it. No worries. Okay, so you can create any number of free developer editions in order to practice your CPQ. Okay, so these are the installation ways that you need to have keep in your mind. Okay, so after installation, what you have to do, you have to follow some steps. I will show you. So I will show you how to create the developer edition. So I will provide you the link also so that you can create the developer edition. So this is the page that you are going to create the developer edition. Okay. I am creating edition for us. So I am giving, and you have to give the your username as your email ID. So I am giving our Android. Okay, you can give whatever, but the username should be in the email format. You can give whatever name you have. Okay. So once you have signed up, you will get the update your password link to your email ID, because you need to give your email ID in order to get the link. So in this way, so we need to go to our account. Here you will receive the, once we have created the edition, we need to do some post installation steps in order to generate the orders or generate the codes. Okay. It will take some time. If we need, in order to get the password for the account, it will take some time. Okay. I will show you. I already have some other account. I will show you that one. You will get an idea. Or is the developer? This one. So in this way, you will get to create the verify. First, you need to verify your account, and you have to create the password. Okay. This is the my first batch is this one. This is the home page of the any of the Salesforce organization, not only the CPQ, for any kind of cloud, sales cloud, service cloud, marketing cloud. So there are different services are there in the Salesforce. Those services will be called as a clouds. Okay, so this is the home page of the organization. Though you are working in a real time, also the organization's home page will be looks like this only. Okay, so if the CPQ is installed or not, you need to check. How you can check it? You can go to the installed packages. If you click on in the quick box installed packages, you will see not only the CPQ. If your organization installed any packages, you will see it here. So go to the install packages. I'll refresh it. Till now, any questions you have? You can ask me if you have any questions till now. Yeah, you have the Salesforce CPQ specialist certification is there, and you will be assigned as a Salesforce CPQ specialist, or admin, or as a developer. You'll have three kinds of roles. Admin, first preference is system admin, okay, and also you'll be called as a CPQ admin or system admin, and another is system CPQ developer and CPQ specialist. There is no difference between the specialist and developer. The admin means you will configure all these things in order to the functionalities and features can be used by the sales reps. You will do the configuration part. The developer means if you have already coding knowledge in Apex and Visual Force, then they will you ask you to generate some coding part for the which are required for the CPQ. Okay, it is not mandatory to have a coding knowledge, because as an admin also you can do lot many things using declarative tools. Okay, as I told you starting only, 90% of the time you are going to use declarative tools in the organization. It is not mandatory to get the coding knowledge also, because you can join with the development team and you can give your requirements to the development team. They will do all the coding part for you. $200. If you attend for any webinar for the certification days, you will get the $100 of coupon. Okay, so you can use that $100 of coupon on the certification. So you will be charged for $118, including tax. Okay, so once the package has been installed in the organization, you will see it in the installed packages tab. So here you will see this is the name of the package, and who is the publisher. Salesforce CPQ is the publisher, and the version. This is the latest version, and the namespace. SB means steel brick. Okay, and as it is a trial version, you are seeing this. If it is a professional edition, you will see it is a professional, and the licenses expiration date. I have created it in September, so that's why it is showing December. So I am using only one app, and it is pre-installed 25 tabs, because it has already created 25 custom objects and it is given 25 tabs, and also 87 objects will be there in the organization. Okay, so these are the details that we'll get in the install packages. What we have to do is, once we have installed the package, we need to configure it. So go to the configure. You will see different kinds of settings will be there. So I will tell you those settings when we are working on each tab. So for documents means, once we have generated the code and we are sending to the customer, then we will use these settings. So don't touch it now. This is also like that. Once we have created the group of codes and group of products, then you will use this. So don't touch now. Line editor. So line editor, which is nothing but you will add the products to the code. Okay, once you have generated the code, then you will add the products to the code. That added products in the code will be called as code lines. Okay, so if you want to change any settings on that code line, then you will use these settings. Okay, so at the time I will tell you for what purpose we will use these settings. Okay, and also plugins. If your organization install any plugin, like code calculator plugin will be there, and also legacy calculator plugin, billing plugin. If only if your organization install this plugin, then you will use this fields. Okay, next, pricing and calculation. By default, throughout the globe, the currency symbol in the Salesforce organization is dollar, but your company will have different branches around the world. So at that time, multiple currency option will be there in the organization. If you enable that multi-currency option in the organization, then you have to give the currency symbol based on your location. For example, you are living in London and you need to use the currency symbol euros. Okay, you are working in India and the customers are also from India. So you have to generate the codes in INR, that is in rupee symbol. So at the time you will give the currency symbol here. If you did not give any currency symbol means it will generate the codes in USD, that is in dollar symbol. Okay, next, all these things we'll discuss when we are working on pricings and calculations. These are subscriptions. I told you that we'll have the usage based and subscription based products. So for the subscription based products, we will do use these settings. There are two types of renewal models will be there in the organization. One is contract based, that is if customer is ask you to generate the bills for every quarterly, then you will generate the contract for every quarter. Okay, so that when you are generating contract based, then you will select this one. Asset based means if you are renewing the renewing the subscription based on the asset. That is, for example, if you purchase a laptop, you will get the warranty information and also extended service. So that warranty and extended service is a asset to that product. Okay, so warranty will be expired after 1 year, but customer needs extra warranty. So at that time, what you will do, you will renew the subscription based on this. That is only for the warranty. You will extend the service. Okay, you will give 1 more year of the extended service on that warranty. So at that time, you will use this asset based. Okay, quote. So quote is also have different kinds of features, and the by default you need to check this one first. Default quote validity, by default it is 30 days, but your organization requirement will be different. So some organization will take it as 45 days, some will put it as 60 days. So depends on your organization, you can change the quote validity. Order, this is default start date. So there are two types of start dates will be there on the order. Today, if you select the today, that means if you are generating the order today, the date will be today. If you are creating the order tomorrow, so then the date will be tomorrow's date, because on the day that will be called as today. Sometimes customers will ask you to put the order date as quote. Today I have generated the code, but I have not created any order. Okay, so I want to generate the order 2 days after. But when you select the option today, the date will be that day only when I generated the order. But the customer wants the start date of the code, that is today's date. So what will you do? If you select this option, automatically the order will also have the code start date. Okay, and also allow multiple orders. The quote may have 10 products, 20 products, or 30 products. Okay, so based on the customer requirement we will add the products, but customer needs multiple orders for those products, either 10 or 20 or 30, whatever it may be. So customer want us to divide the orders into 2 or 3. So what we will do, if you select this option, then you are able to generate the multiple orders on say single quote. Okay, so at the time, if you did not select this option, allow multiple orders option, if you did not select this option, then you are not able to generate multiple orders. For all those 30 products, one order will be get generated. Okay, so this is really important to have this option, because customers will ask you definitely multiple orders on the quote, and these are additional settings. Okay, so in this way we are configure the settings of the CPQ once we have installed the package in our organization. Okay, we'll let you know the fields which are required for the admin part. Okay, I will discuss each and everything when we are discussing about the each and every tabs. Okay, if we are discussing about subscriptions, I will tell you all these things. If you're when we are discussing about pricing and calculation, I will tell you all these things. Okay, because if I told you everything today itself, you will get confused. Okay, so now this is the CPQ. This is the CPQ homepage. It will have different kinds of tabs. These are already pre-configured and pre-installed custom objects and features. So you have accounts, opportunities, codes, orders, and they will also have internally certain relationship between them. Okay, so I will tell you one thing. I will show you how the relationships will form. For example, this is the account. Okay, and take this. This is the opportunity. Okay, so there will be a relationship between these two. May or may not be. Why? Because every opportunity will not generate an account, but every account will have some opportunities. Why? Because, for example, when we create an opportunity, if customer is willing to buy our products, then we will create the opportunity. Okay, so if customer is really want to purchase our products and ask us to generate the code, what we will do then? Then we will create an account, because in order to generate code and in order to send the customers an order, we need the customer's account details and also contact details. Okay, but it is not mandatory to have a account and opportunity relationship, because customer will stop if he does not like the code that we are sent to the customer. Then what will happen? It will not generate any account. This opportunity will not generate any account. Okay, so like that, we'll have the different kinds of opportunities between account opportunity, contact, and also quote order, like that. So when we are learning about the quotes and orders, then we'll know the more relationship between the quotes, lead, cache, and how we'll generate the quotes and how we'll create the orders, like that. Okay, so as of now today, this is enough, I think. I will send you the PPT also, and also notes I will update. Okay, this note I will update the notes also. I will give you access to the drive. If you have any questions, you can ask me now. Yeah, I will give you.